Your market doesn't need more tips. It needs a new lens. If you're a smart entrepreneur, but your business kind of sucks, I'm going to say something that you might find strange, but it will save you months of wasted time. You do not have a tactics problem. You have a lens problem. I can say things like this because I've been coaching entrepreneurs since 1996. And in that time, I've helped my small business owner clients add more than $500 million in bankable net profits. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to give you a lens. That's a way of looking at your business that will instantly reveal what you need to get rid of, what you need to focus on, and what your next move should be, all without needing to add a new funnel, a new platform, or another 10 tips thread. Now, if you're too busy and you decide to skip this video, here's what you'll be choosing instead. You'll keep getting more random bad fit advice, keep adding complexity to your business, keep optimizing the wrong things, and you'll keep paying the same hidden tax. That's having busy weeks that don't add anything to your bank account and putting in tons of effort that doesn't shift your reality. This video isn't about learning more tactics. This is about changing how you see, because the moment you see clearly, the most effective tactics are going to become obvious. Now, if this makes sense and you want help looking at your business through a new lens, follow the link below to my website and click on the Contact tab. Tell me what's happening in your business right now and what you believe is your single biggest problem. Keep it real. I read these messages, and if it makes sense, we'll talk. Let me set up some context for you here, because lots of people are in the same trap. Your market is drowning in helpful content. You post 3 times a week. You build a lead magnet or another lead magnet. You create an upsell. You dial in your niche. You fix your mindset. You improve your close rate. You raise your prices. You run paid traffic. Some of that advice is good. Some of it is even true. But here's the problem. Most advice assumes you are already looking at the right thing. It assumes that your map is correct. A tip is like handing someone a better steering wheel. But if the windshield is covered in mud, a better steering wheel does not help at all. So people do what feels responsible. They gather more tips, buy more courses, take more notes, and slowly their business becomes a junk drawer of strategies and tactics that never actually become power. Now, in alchemy, transformation doesn't start by adding ingredients. Alchemical transformation starts by purifying what's already there. This is like separating signal from noise, removing what corrupts the mixture. So today, we're purifying in a simple way. We're wiping the windshield. Now, here's the first thing to understand. Tips don't change outcome. Lenses change decisions. A tip tells you what to do inside your current way of seeing. A lens changes how you see things and what you even consider to be relevant. With the wrong lens, you can do all the right things and you'll still get mediocre results. Why? Because you can't see the right target clearly. So here's a quick test you can use. If you apply a tip and you get more activity but not more clarity, there's no leverage in that. It was just a distraction that made you feel like you were being productive. The correct lens does the opposite. The correct lens shrinks your options and increases your power because you're doing only the right things. And that leads to the lens I'm going to give you today. Now, this is the alchemical lens. It's transmutation, not motivation. Most entrepreneurs treat business like motivation management. How do I push myself harder? How do I discipline myself? How do I get back on track? Alchemy treats your business differently. Alchemy asks an important question. How am I transforming my business, and what am I transforming it into? Same inputs, different outcome. Same time spent, different reality being created. This is where business and spirit meet in a practical way. If you're in a low-grade identity loop, you're trying to prove, trying to be safe, trying to look competent, you will build a business that mirrors that loop. Alchemy says, stop trying to try harder. Alchemy is all about changing the form, changing the state, changing the mixture. In business terms, this means you stop chasing seemingly random tactics and start chasing coherence. Coherence is the clean alignment between what you promise, who you serve, what you sell, and how you deliver. In spiritual terms, coherence creates pull. It creates gravity. People feel it. Opportunities move toward it. Your content hits harder because it carries more signal and a lot less noise. Now, your market isn't confused, it's overstimulated. Here's a lens that will upgrade your marketing immediately. Those players in your market, they aren't confused, they're overstimulated. Confusion says, I don't understand. Overstimulation is, I think I understand too many things and I can't choose what to work on. So when you give your market more tips, you're not helping. You're adding weight and it's holding them down. It's holding them back. What they need is signal, the one idea that organizes the rest. So ask yourself this: what is the single organizing truth your audience needs so that the next leverageable tactic becomes obvious? If you can't answer that, you'll produce content that's useful, but forgettable because it doesn't give the mind a structure to work from. A new lens gives structure. It creates relief, and relief creates trust, and trust creates action. Now let's take this into your offer because this is where most businesses leak money and they leak energy. Most people sell offers like menu items. Here's what I do. Here's the price. Here are the bullet points. But transmutation doesn't happen when you've got a menu. It happens when you're operating in the right container. A strong offer is a ritual structure. It has a threshold. It says who this is for and who it's not for. It has a process. What happens on the inside of that structure? And it has an outcome. Who they and their businesses will become. Business calls this positioning and delivery. Good descriptive terms. Spirit calls it initiation, a powerful transformation which puts you on a new, high-leverage path. When your offer becomes a container, your marketing becomes simpler. You're not trying to convince anyone. You're inviting the right person into a structure that helps do real work. And here's the important point. A container is not more content. A container is the set of rules for a cleaner transformation. Now, if you want help turning what you currently sell into a clearer, more powerful container, go to the contact page on my website. The link is below. Tell me what you sell and where you think it's leaking, the message, the audience, the offer structure, and the delivery. And give me the real version, not the polite version. Now, here's the lens that will make you much more decisive. The cost of confusion lens. Most people treat confusion like it's some kind of mood and they wait for it to pass. They distract themselves. Maybe they scroll. They reorganize their tools. Maybe they neaten their desk. But confusion is not a mood. Confusion is a bill you are paying every week. You pay in time spent creating content that doesn't convert. You pay in offers that feel almost right, but never feel inevitable. You pay in sales conversations that stall because the prospect can feel your uncertainty, and you pay in energy because nothing drains the nervous system like vague direction. In alchemy, that drain is smoke in the lab. It's a sign that the mixture is wrong, not that you're broken. So don't shame yourself. Measure the cost, re-examine the mixture, and then choose. Now let's take this one layer deeper, because this is where the real magic is. Your strategy cannot outrun your identity. If the person driving the business is still trying to be safe, liked, and uncriticized, then every strategy ends up being a watered-down version of itself. You'll post, but your posts won't say anything. You'll sell, but you won't claim the transformation. You may even raise your prices, but you'll hedge and justify, and you'll discount your own authority. So here's the identity question that acts like a sharp blade. Who do I have to be for my next strategy to actually work? Not cosplay, not pretend, not hype. Alignment. When your identity shifts, execution stops feeling forced and starts feeling like inevitability. That's when spirit enters your business. Not because you're saying spiritual words, but because your internal state becomes coherent enough to create real outcomes. Okay, let's make this practical. If you want to move you can make today, here it is. Choose 4 constraints and choose them on purpose. For the next 14 days, pick one of each. One offer to lead with, one channel to focus on, one message to repeat, and one metric that actually matters. This is not some artificial limitation. This is alchemy. Constraints concentrate power, and concentrated power changes your results. Most people resist choosing constraints because it feels like they're losing options. But what you're actually losing is distraction, the thing that steals your time and gives you nothing back. If you install this lens, you won't need more motivation. You'll need fewer targets and stronger signal. So let me give you the recap. Here's the whole alchemy thing again, and I'm going to give it to you cleanly. Your market doesn't need more tips. It needs a new lens that turns noise into signal, a lens that turns offers into containers, a lens that turns confusion into a measurable cost, which leads you to a clean choice, a lens that turns identity into power instead of a theater performance, a lens that makes your next moves obvious. Because once you have a lens that allows you to see clearly, the tactical choices become simple. And simple, applied consistently, is what changes your reality. If you want me to help you install this lens in your business, go to the contact page on my website. The link is below. Tell me what's happening right now and what you believe is the single biggest problem that you want solved. If it's a fit, we'll map the levers together and make your next move obvious.